Today's trunk training tip is flexion extension in the hip, and the hip as it articulates with the trunk. This is going to be basic. Try not to overdo your awareness of it. And again, for details, come into class 12 o'clock on Tuesdays for 10 minutes. So hip flexion extension, the important thing to realize is I want you to do some counter pressure. I don't want you to stretch, but I do want you to get to this upper part of the thigh through the pelvis to the lower part of the trunk, which is an area of the trunk that often gets missed because a lot of times our standing and our walking can come from our knees, and this area is kind of quiet. So we don't get a full range of motion, and a lot of the muscles in this area just become stiff and weak. And they're really big, powerful muscles. If they're stiff and weak, you're missing a lot of support for the trunk. So the first exercise, I'm gonna have you put your foot up on something, a chair, stairway, and you can hold on for balance. It's not a balance exercise, it's an activation exercise. And it's also not a stretch where you lunge forward and just stretch back here. I want you to be on the balls of your feet with your toes spread and you're reaching with your toes. This front leg is pushing you back. At the same time as this leg is pushing you back, the back leg is pushing you forward. That counter pressure or the counter push is helping you turn on these muscles. And once they're on, you keep them on and then you lunge forward. And it's okay to have that knee come right forward over your toes. If this wasn't here, I'd go further. And you're just lunging and taking these active muscles through a lengthening and shortening cycle that they don't typically get. So counter pressure with flexion and extension and flexion of the hips. Good, that's today's trunk training tip.